Hello Big Dreamers, your lady Vitamin Katie is here with a very exciting video. The 5 reasons why mindset is so much more important than nutrition and fitness when it comes to our holistic health. I am a registered dietitian and fitness instructor. I have a program for vegan women who are looking to feel free, confident, and strong with a plant-based diet. It includes an online course and group and one-on-one coaching with me, as well as personalized plans and accountability to help you truly get the full transformation that you would like with your health. If you're interested in working together and if you're interested in this program, do click the link below to apply, or of course reach out, send me an email, send me a DM on Instagram with whatever questions you have, and let's dive right into it. What are the 5 reasons why mindset is so important? Number 1, the sympathetic versus parasympathetic nervous system when it comes to our relationship with food and with fitness. So what are the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems? Sympathetic means stress response. This stress response is going to cause an increase in blood pressure, an increase in heart rate, an increase in cortisol, the stress hormone, and it's going to cause the digestive system to basically shut down so that our body is able to fight off whatever stressor is coming our way. Our primitive brains do not know the difference between actual stress, like a cheetah chasing us down trying to eat us, or stress from the day-to-day life in modern society and the stress that we build up in our own minds, the fear, the guilt, these crazy stressors that we bring up in our own minds. Our body does not know the difference. So when it comes to our food, I know personally in the past I used to be really afraid of highly processed foods. They would give me anxiety. And I remember sitting at an airport looking for a snack to eat and eating a granola bar, feeling like, oh, this granola bar is full of sugar. It's going to make me totally lose my progress. It's probably gonna give me a headache, you know, blah, 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 blah. Going down the list of all these stressful thoughts around this processed food. Well, you know what? That stressful thoughts, not the food itself, the stressful thoughts are really going to inhibit my body's ability to actually process these sugars properly. The sugars from that granola bar are going to stay elevated in my bloodstream because my body's not focusing on digestion right now. My cortisol is way up and my digestive system has slowed down. So probably that food that I ate is going to be deposited and stored as fat instead of properly digested and absorbed and allowing our body to use that food for energy. It's going to be pretty much impossible. So if I had just been like really closed my eyes and taken a deep breath and said, wow, this granola bar is going to fuel me and I'm so grateful, I'm going to really fully enjoy it, then my body is going to be in the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the calm, relaxed, digest and rest nervous system. And then my body is actually going to be able to release insulin properly and use all of the sugars, and my digestive system is going to utilize and burn the calories from that food, and I'm going to have great digestion. And it's just the nervous system has a lot to do with our digestion, and if our cortisol, the stress hormone, is up, it's going to be really, really hard to properly utilize that food. Okay, so can you relate at all to my feelings around guilt, shame, fear around any food in your life? Maybe it's a dessert, maybe it's a snack, maybe alcohol, whatever it is. Of course, this is actually bringing me to number 2 in 1 second, but I just want to finish this thought. Next time you recognize yourself having fear or anxiety around eating a certain food, I invite you to recognize that your fear and your anxiety is actually doing a lot more harm than the actual food itself, okay? Yes, if you're actually able to slow down, chill out, take a deep breath, and really, really fully enjoy, your body is going to be able to actually utilize and properly metabolize the food that you are eating, whether it be kale or a cookie. So let's let go of whatever beliefs we have around food being good or bad, because the truth is the dose makes the poison. And let's take this to reason number 2 why mindset is so important for our holistic health. Self love and how this relates to our ability to be healthy and eat healthily and move healthily. So when it comes to self-love, do you want to live your life from a space of I hate myself and I'm going to force myself to eat these things because I hate myself and I'm punishing myself? Or do you want to live your life from a space of, wow, I love myself so much that I'm going to take care of myself and I get to create structure and discipline and have a treat here and there because I love myself? Let's use an analogy here. I love using this analogy of thinking about if you had a daughter or if you had a child. Now, if I had a child, I would for sure, of course, go grocery shop. Yeah, I would go grocery shopping and I would do some cooking to make sure that my child had, of course, balanced, healthy meals available to them. And of course, I would allow them to have special treats here and there. I would, of course, say, yeah, like I would probably bake some cookies. I'd be like, of course, like enjoy these cookies. We don't want to be so rigid with our food that our child would go hide chocolate bars under their bed because they're so afraid that their parent would be screaming at them, yelling at them, what are you doing? What are you eating? You can't eat that. You're a bad person. I can't believe you're eating that, right? Because then the kid is going to be totally effed up in the head and hide Oreos under the bed. And we don't want to be so loosey-goosey that our child is just literally having ice cream, breakfast, lunch, and dinner and feeling really sick to their stomach and fatigued all day long. I use this analogy because it paints a really clear picture of what it looks like to be loving to ourselves and what that looks like in our relationship with food. A lot of people have confusion around this idea of food freedom and thinking that food freedom means, oh, I'm just gonna eat all the muffins, oh, I'm just gonna eat all of the things in sight, I'm gonna let myself eat whatever I want whenever I want, and that means just eating ice cream, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is not the case. True self-love does include, of course, just like with a child, it does include some discipline. It includes some tough love. You know, if your child wants to have 15 cookies, you're gonna say, you know, you're probably gonna feel sick. And just like your relationship with yourself, if you do really overeat and you do eat, you know, the entire tub of ice cream, what would you do if your child ate the entire tub of ice cream? Would you spank them and say, you're just gonna eat, you're not gonna eat anything tomorrow, you're doing a water fast tomorrow, I can't believe you are such an idiot, why don't you have this much, why don't you have any control, what is wrong with you, you are terrible? Would you smack them like that and be so hard on them like that? Would you? Or would you say, haha, yeah, I love you, like, yeah, love, that's what happens when you eat 15 cookies, you get a stomach ache and you feel pretty crummy. You're not gonna feel good after you eat 15 cookies, right? You learned your lesson, or don't worry about it, right? You wouldn't be horrible towards them. And this is so important to recognize because I know so many people out there really beat themselves up and they think something's wrong with them when they overeat. So let's really truly practice empathy, practice self-compassion like we would practice if we had a child. Number 3 reason mindset is so important, so much more important than fitness and nutrition, is because mindset around willingness. So willingness to feel rejection, anger, stress, anxiety, loneliness, discomfort in general. So this may sound counterproductive because the first tip I had was do not eat when stressed, right? Now, sometimes resistance towards certain feelings, resistance towards anything, what you resist persists, right? So instead of 100% resisting our feelings, let's open ourselves up and practice turning up the volume to our willingness to feel those feelings. And this allows us to be somebody who gets to be compassionate and empathetic. So instead of really pushing away the discomfort and saying, I don't want to be uncomfortable, I don't want to be stressful, I don't want to be guilty, that actually is forcing us to feel more of that. Instead, we can say, oh, discomfort, oh, stress, I hear you, I see you, and I love you. I have compassion around that. I have so much compassion for myself around the discomfort I'm experiencing right now. I'm really gonna allow myself to sit in this and feel this and recognize that it's okay. It's okay to have things come up, and let's journal about it. Let's journal what's coming up for us. Maybe there's tightness in our chest, maybe our palms are sweaty. Yeah, maybe we have a stomach ache. Let's really get clear on what we're feeling and truly practice having so much willingness to feel these things. And you're like, Katie, why would I want to be stressed? Why would I want to practice like being willingness to sit in these things? Because coping mechanisms go hand in hand with overeating, undereating, over-exercising, or not exercising at all. The symptoms of malnutrition and these things are really a result of our mindset and not being willing to sit with uncomfortable feelings and not truly having self-acceptance and self-compassion and empathy. So the more willingness we have to feel, the more ability we have to sit with our emotions and really meditate, let ourselves really breathe and journal what we're going through and actually process our feelings, the less likely we are to have a messed up relationship with food and of course with ourselves, which is going to result in poor health in the long run. So I really invite you to notice on a scale of 1 to 10, how okay are you with handling difficult emotions? Like I said, maybe write a list, write down rejection, loneliness, overall discomfort, despair, anger, sadness. How comfortable are you in sitting in these emotions on a scale of 1 to 10? And how can you practice allowing these? And I want to give a shout out to my good friend Brandolyn Tebow, who came up with the analogy of your Aunt Ida. So say you're throwing a party and you're so excited about your party, all your friends are having so much fun, and your good old Aunt Ida, who you don't really want her at the party, but she is knocking on your door and you're like, gosh, dang it, I don't want Aunt Ida. So we're saying Aunt Ida is like an uncomfortable emotion. We're saying Aunt Ida is like stress. Okay, so the stress, the Aunt Ida is knocking on the door and you're like, I don't want this in the door, but she's just gonna keep banging louder and louder and louder until you let her in. So instead of locking the door shut and pretending she's not there, let's take a deep breath and say, hi Aunt Ida, welcome, come on in. I'm having a party here, I've got some friends over, how are you? And really, truly, from the bottom of your heart, embrace Aunt Ida and have so much compassion and empathy for her and allow her to be welcome at your party. And then all of the stress dissipates. Everybody's cool, everybody's fine. It was just in your own head that we weren't okay with Aunt Ida. Aunt Ida was chilling and she just came and she left like 5 minutes later. You know what I mean? So just like the resistance to stress can be like Aunt Ida, we can allow the stress. Okay, hey stress, how are you? I see you. I love you, like welcome. Even though you really want to resist it, it's actually more beneficial to let her in the party. All right. Number 4 reason, have you heard of the placebo effect? If you have not heard of Dr. Joe Dispenza, I highly recommend all of his books. More recently, The Placebo Effect is the last book of his that I've read, and it just goes over so much research showing that a placebo pill and an actual pill will do the same thing. They both have the same effectiveness. So it's crazy how gosh, you can think your way into good health. You can think your way into something is good or bad. I actually had a conversation with my mother, who she's in her 60s, and she was like, I'm too old to get the coronavirus. I'm not gonna be okay if I get this. And we laughed because I was like, Mom, you can't create that. Like, what if you were running a marathon and you said to yourself, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, and obviously you can't do it. But if you're running a marathon and you said, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, then of course you can do this. And I was like, Mom, you have to change your mindset. If you get the coronavirus and you say to yourself, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, then obviously you're gonna die. And if you say to yourself, nope, no way, I'm gonna get through this, I'm gonna get through this. And she laughed because she said, who taught you that? I taught you that. My mom has very, very strong she's very aware of her mindset and the power of the mind, and how important it is to believe in ourselves and how to recognize gratitude. My mom did instill a lot of gratitude in me, which I'm really grateful for. So with that said, please make sure that your beliefs about what is true in the world, your beliefs in general, make sure that they are serving you, and your placebo effect, what you believe to be true, is going to end up being true, okay? And that kind of goes hand in hand with the tip number one, or the reason number one. If you believe that ice cream is horrible for you, then it will be, because your sympathetic nervous system, your stress response, is going to turn off your digestive system and make it so that that ice cream is not digested properly, and it'll just turn basically into fat, you know, because your cortisol is up and you're not able to process it properly. So yeah, if you believe that ice cream is bad for you, then it's going to be bad for you. And if you believe that the ice cream is delicious and you're enjoying the moment, it's important for your holistic health, and you're having so much fun, then that ice cream is actually going to be a lot better for you. Now, of course, like, I do want to say, obviously, like, ice cream is ice cream, you know, like, just, do you get what I'm saying? Am I making sense? I hope that you're enjoying this and you're recognizing the importance of your mindset. All right. Reason number 5 that nutrition and fitness are not as important as mindset. What is the point of prioritizing nutrition and fitness anyways? Aren't we only doing this so that we can have fun with the people in our lives? So that we can step into the world being the role model, being the positive impact, making the positive impacts that we want to make? We're only prioritizing nutrition and fitness to enjoy this life even more. We're not focusing on nutrition and fitness to chain ourselves to being so obsessive and so ridiculous and really only focusing on a number on the scale. No, we're focusing on these things to enjoy our lives more, to have more energy, more focus, more productivity, more memories, more sensual experiences, more laughter, more joy, more time outdoors, being present and peaceful and free. All of these things have much more to do with mindsets than they do with the actual food that we're eating and fitness. Am I right or am I right? Holistic health, thinking about the joy in your life, thinking about the zest for life, that true holistic vitality and health, it has so much more to do with connection and fun and feeling like you're in such a flow state, getting excited to do something, right? That is holistic health. Not counting calories or getting super, super, super obsessive about food and fitness. And that's a lot for me to say, because I'm very passionate about food and fitness, and I'm very passionate about the power that food and fitness have to really elevate our beings. Like, of course, food and fitness are awesome, and they can definitely change our chemistry and our state and the way we feel. And recognizing that our mindset around food and having true food freedom, true ability to enjoy this life and practice having some structure, having some discipline while getting to enjoy our lives, it comes from that mindset. Let's definitely make it a point to practice self-care and self-love every single day, looking at ourselves in the mirror and saying, you are amazing, what a damn goddess you are, I'm so excited to be in this body, in this life today. What do I get to, what incredibleness do I get to look forward to today? I'm so excited. What delicious healthy meals, what delicious treats, what incredible people. Truly coming at life from that space, because then everything is healthier. And what discomfort, what uncomfortable feelings, what challenges, what bumps in the road am I gonna get to embrace today? What am I gonna get to have fun transmuting with my willingness and my giant container to practice compassion and empathy and love for myself and all of these uncomfortable feelings? What hardships are gonna come my way? I'm so excited for it, because I know I'm so powerful, and there's so much love in my heart that no amount of stress and no amount of fear can possibly be too much for me to handle. I welcome it. I welcome it, and I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Take a deep breath right now. Put your hands on your heart, exhale slowly. recognize how incredible you are, and you have a freaking amazing day, okay? My name is Katie Reines. I'm a registered dietitian and fitness instructor. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. And of course, click the link below to apply to work with me. I would love to coach you through whatever is holding you back from helping you feel true freedom, confidence, and health with a plant-based diet. All right, I love you so much. Bye.